Morning.
Good day to you, sir. Hey, wait a minute, what the hell? Getting real tired of you ducking me, man.
I said, do you wanna fight me? Do you wanna catch these hands? Bitch, I'll catch you in the streets. I'm with that beef. Bitch, I'll beat your ass.
Starfish have mouths in the middle of their bodies.
Yeah, and?
Mermaids use them as bras.
Okay, you're... Oh my god.
Kermit, what were you measuring, and why is there a tick mark at 58?
Come on, you know what I was measuring.
Moving right along.
I wanna put you in 7 positions for 70 minutes, you'll get it, babe. You got a lot on your mind, and I want to ease it up and lick it and slip it in. You light scream on the ice cream when I scoop it and dip it in, unzipping her tight jeans. The feminine hygiene is magnificent.
Help with that voice in your head. Time to make some changes.
I've been single for so long, somebody asked me who I was with. I said Verizon.
I'm a big kid now.
Are you interested in buying yourself some Studio Ghibli merch? From hoodies to sweatshirts, tees, tags and many others. Go click the link in my description box now and get some awesome discounts from 17% up to 40% off. They offer you free shipping as well. So, what are you waiting for? Link in the description.
I don't wanna die before I get to see you again. If the Grim Reaper waits until then, that'd be just fine. Just give me more time. I don't wanna die before I get to hold you so close. In this quarantine I sit alone, just counting the days till I see your face. I don't wanna die.
I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. My parents constantly try to explain to me how sick he is, that I'm lucky for having a brain where all the chemicals flow properly to their destinations like undammed rivers. While I complain about how bored I am without a little brother to play with, they try to make me feel bad by pointing out that his boredom is likely far surpassing mine, considering he's confined to a dark room in an institution. I always beg for them to give him one last chance. Of course they did at first. Charlie has been back home several times, each shorter in duration than the last. Every time without fail, it all starts again. The neighborhood cats, gouged out eyes showing up in his toy chest. My dad's razors found dropped on the baby slide in the park across the street. Mom's vitamins replaced with bits of dishwasher tablets. My parents are hesitant now, using last chances sparingly. They say his disorder makes him charming, makes it easy for him to fake normancy, and to trick the doctors who care for him into thinking he's ready for a rehabilitation. That I will just have to put up with my boredom if it means staying safe from him. I hate it when Charlie has to go away, but it makes me have to pretend to be good until he's
I get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe. What's come over me feels like I'm somebody else.
This is the only, if it wasn't for the Christmas shit, I wouldn't fucking work. This is the only time of the year that I fucking work. It pisses me off. It's like, I'm glad to have it, knock on wood, but motherfucker.
Everyone loves the first day of school. New year, new classes, new friends. It's a day full of potential before all the depression of reality set in. I like the first day of school for a different reason. You see, I have powers. When I look at people, I can sense a sort of aura around them, a color outline based on how long that person has to live. Most everyone I know is surrounded by a solid green hue, which means they have plenty of time left. A fair amount of people have a yellow-orangish tinge. That means they're gonna probably die from a car crash or a tragedy. Anything that takes people before their time. The real fun is when I see meet people that have a red aura that basically says they're gonna kill themselves or be murdered. It's a rush to see this and know their time is numbered. With that in mind, I always get to class very early so I can scout out my classmates' fate. The first kid who walked in was basically radiating red. I chuckled to myself, too damn bad, bro. But as people kept walking in, they all had the same intense glow, and I finally caught a glimpse of my rose-tinted reflection in the window. But I was too stunned to move, but our professor stepped in and locked the door. His aura was a sickening shade of green.
Hey, a letter! I have friends! Oh, that's not a letter, that's a threat.
Wipe, wipe, wipe it down. Wipe, 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 wipe.
Oh, goodness, I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm allergic to
Bullshit.
I be doing weird shit when I'm alone. But what do we have in common? We're reliable with the ladies!
You think you're being cute? Bitch, I'm adorable.
Cause my skin is different. You wanna claim I'm resisting abuse of power broken along with the system. So tell me why the fuck would we listen if y'all ain't even paying attention? We got real sons dying in this shit. Way too many mamas crying in this shit. You already know you out of line for this shit. And if you ain't saying nothing, then you fine with the shit, you little silent bitch.
And Google is being sued and accused of tracking millions of users while in private browsing mode. The lawsuit is seeking at least $5 billion.
Hey, yo.
On my neck, that's incoming. I'm a pretty boy, I'm stunning.
I met someone new and she's just like you. She does all the things you used to do.
This is why you should always check under your bed for monsters. In 2012, a young woman who was on the phone with her boyfriend walks downstairs to the lobby of her apartment building, collects her mail, and then heads back up to her room. She sits on her bed to start sifting through the mail when she drops her phone and it falls under the bed. She lies down on the ground to try to reach her arm out to grab her phone when she notices something horrible underneath her bed. A man is lying underneath her bed with his back to her. He's in the fetal position. She manages not to scream. She grabs her phone and says to her boyfriend, "Hey, I gotta go shower, I'll call you back." And she quickly runs into the bathroom, locks the door, turns on the shower, and then jumps out her first floor window. Once she's safely across the street, she calls the police, who quickly arrive, and they go inside and they come out with a deranged, skinny-looking man. Before they take him away, one of the officers walks over to her with a very grim look on his face. He looks at her and he just says, "We found him standing outside of your bathroom holding a knife. He was waiting for you."
Fun fact of the day. If a toy in Toy Story died, all the toys would know, but the kid would keep playing with the corpse.
This is why you should always lock your door while you're driving. A man just got off work and was driving home. It was about 2 a.m. and he came across a red light. It was one of those red lights that sit for way too long. The man contemplated on running the red light, but he wanted to be a good Samaritan, so he said, "I'll just wait it out." And this is where the story takes a very dark turn. So a woman sitting at a bus stop sees the man's car stopped at the red light, so she walks over to his window. The man then gets very worried as the woman approaches his window, and she looks at him and she knocks on the glass. The woman then signals him to roll down the window just like that. The man then rolls down his window just enough to have a small conversation. The woman looks at him and says, "I've been beat by my husband, can you help me?" The man looks at the woman and notices that there's no bumps or bruises, so he's kind of eerie about this. The woman says again, "I've been beat by my husband, can you help me?" The man just starts staring at this woman in shock. The woman then says the same exact thing over and over again. So as this woman keeps asking over and over again, the light suddenly turns green. The man looks at the woman and says, "I can't help you." The woman smiled and said, "You just saved your life."
Well, this is what it looked like.
Me, or I think she like me. Molly rocks in my green tea.
I keep your best interest.
If one of y'all says some silly ass name, this whole class is gonna feel my wrath. Now, D nice.
Do you mean Denise?
Son of a bitch!
Whoa, I thought you were dead.
My death was greatly exaggerated. So, you're the punk I've...
This is why you should never watch my videos before going to bed. In 1986, a young girl opens her closet to find a man wearing a dress and holding an axe. He grabs her and ties her up, and then walks around the house and does the same thing to the rest of her family. While the guy is ransacking their house, one of the kids breaks free, runs next door, and tells his neighbor. The neighbor calls the cops show up, the family's saved, but the guy is nowhere to be found. The family leaves the house and stays with relatives in hopes that they'll catch this guy before they have to go back. But after a few weeks, they haven't caught him, there aren't any leads, and they say, you know what, we'll go back to our house anyways. As the family's pulling back into their driveway, the father looks up at one of the windows and sees for a split second the head of the man with the dress in their bedroom. They call the police, who go in and find pennies glued to the ceiling and weird writing all over the house, but they can't find this crazy guy. Until one of the officers found a secret crawl space in the basement, where psychotic killer Danny LaPlante had been living for 2 months.
Maybe we should